Congratulations on your entire game.
Thank you.
So incredible to watch. Help me to understand, what about Kyle made you lock in with him just so completely?
Okay, I didn't even know Kyle. I mean, I knew Kyle, but like he wasn't the person that out of everyone on Siva, I wasn't actually that close to him. I was closer to Chrissy. I was closer to David, and I know Kyle was closer to David. But once we got on New Vula, and he picked up on those lies immediately, didn't question me. I was like, this guy is it.
And that was it, because I mean, there's like so much time where you're like, maybe we're gonna make a move, maybe not. But did that trust just continue to build?
Oh, 100%. Because while we were discussing, like, oh, maybe we should do this, maybe we should do this, the thing was that we were both sharing information. It wasn't just me telling him what the bottom was thinking. He was telling me what Joe, Eva, Shaheen were thinking at all times. People were like, oh, they're a secret duo, but they're not doing anything. The information shared between the two of us was a lot. Like that was very powerful in the game.
So when Kyle comes up to you with a plan and he's like, your part of the plan is a complete lie, no truth in it whatsoever, and you are just like, sign me up, I love it. How are you not nervous about this?
Sarah, I have been dying to lie and slip and do all this stuff the entire game, and unfortunately, I got stuck on the season with all the honesty and integrity people. I have been sitting on my hands up until then, so finally, when I get the chance to start telling lies, I'm just like, yes, 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 let me do it, let me do it, let me do it. I'll do such a good job. Just let me run with it.
Wow, so fun. So you end up telling Kyle before the immunity challenge that if you win, you will not be taking him. Why? What is this timing? Why before the challenge?
I think the timing didn't matter, even if I said it or I didn't say it. Like, Kyle is not an idiot. Kyle is a very smart man. There's absolutely no way. Like, we both have been talking. He would ask me, he's like, do you think I win next to Joe and Eva? And up until that point, I'd been lying. I'm like, I don't think you win against Joe. We both know he beats Joe and Eva. And so I was just like, there's no point in lying to him anymore. Like, I'm just going to be honest. There was no way he was taking me to the end. There's no way I'm taking him into the end. We both know that our easiest path to $1 million is sitting next to Joe and Eva.
There wasn't an opportunity that he might take you?
If anything, I could have just made him feel really bad about his decision, but he would have decided the same thing.
All
I'm
right.
positive. Like I could have just made him feel bad at most.
Well, you talked a lot about underestimating yourself, right, in this season. But what we learned about you is that you're an incredible liar. So, how much of that was mind games or actual truth?
So I think with all of my lies, there was like a tiny bit of truth to it, but I just like embellished it. So initially with, Charity, I had told the tribe that she didn't want to work with any of the muscly guys because muscly guys won't listen to her. I don't think she ever said that. She just said she wanted to work with me. For the Shaheen having an idol thing, when we were on New Vula, he would linger at the back, but it wasn't because he was looking for an idol. He was just taking everything in. That guy is like very in the moment, very present. He's always like, can't believe we're here on Survivor. He was just taking everything in. But I took that as he was lingering in the back looking for an idol. So if anyone went to go ask Joe, Joe would be like, "Oh yeah, he was lingering at the back."
When you were talking about underestimating yourself to Jeff, or maybe at a challenge, was that coming from a real place, or were you just messing with people?
That also partial truth. There are some areas of my life where I am pretty like not confident, and there are others where I am confident. And I knew that I had to kind of play up the oh poor old me can't do anything because honesty integrity people love to take care of people. They love to feel like they're uplifting you. And I think I got like bonds with people because they felt like I was their baby, that they were like, oh, look at you, you're so proud of you now. Like I think that was definitely part of the game.
But you knew you could beast a puzzle.
I knew I could beast a puzzle. I knew I would suck at the other parts of the challenges.
Yeah, what's it like to be stuck in the mud, rolling? I don't know, were you rolling the wrong way? That was awful.
I thought that maybe I could get away with twisting the net in front of me and not having
Mm,
to roll my own body. That doesn't work. You can't do
mm.
that. You have to roll your own body in it. I don't understand the physics, but once I stopped twisting it and I started rolling myself, I got untangled.
Well, that whole challenge was incredible to watch. Congrats on that. That was
Thank you.
wild. Talk me through this fire making challenge. Obviously, this did not go your way. You were you feeling prepared going into it?
Honestly, like my hands were very tired, and I'm like, if I keep practicing with fire, I'm gonna cut one of my fingers off. So I didn't want to keep going at it. I didn't feel super prepared, but I did know that like there are comebacks in the fire making challenge all the time. Someone could have a massive fire. All it takes is one spark. Even Joe said that all it takes is one spark. That's why he didn't want to go into fire. And I kept telling myself that the entire time. All it takes is one spark. I did not give up at any moment. I just kept striking that flint.
So in that moment when you are finally, it's over, Eva has won. How are you feeling? Are you devastated or were you kind of resigned at this moment?
I was actually, I mean, I would look over at the fire thing and be like, that's the most hilarious thing I've ever seen. But I was honestly very proud of myself because I genuinely believed I would be the first one sent home. Did not think I'd make the jury. Did not think I'd ever make it to Final Four. Never thought that I would be the person put into fire. I thought people would see me as a goat and want to take me to the end. But to know that I was a threat to someone's $1 million was such a huge compliment. I was just so proud of myself in the moment.
That's so true. So when you went to Ponderosa, did you run straight to Shaheen and like just start spilling all the tea?
Everyone was asking me, and I refused to talk game at all because I wanted the final three to try and claim a move. And when I say claim a move, I wanted someone to claim Kyle's move as their own so that I could be like, hey, call them out on it. But yeah, I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to drop any bombs on anyone. I wanted everyone on final, like the final three, to claim any bombs for themselves.
Have you been able to watch this back with your family? What is your family saying now?
They are so proud of me. I just watched the finale with them, and they just wouldn't stop talking about how they're so proud of me. How I went out there and I did that. They are all just so happy.
Finally. What
Yeah,
has this whole experience meant for you?
it has been like a real. It gave me the opportunity to prove to myself that I can do all these hard things, even though I tell myself that I can't. And it really gave me like this new confidence. You know, we see the talk about old Camilla and new Camilla. And obviously, you don't turn into new Camilla overnight. There's baby steps, there's a ramp up period, but I'm definitely a much more confident person now in the real world and at work, in my personal life. Some might think maybe overconfident, but that's fine. I'd rather be overconfident than like thinking I'm the worst thing on the planet.
So when you watch Survivor and then you go play Survivor, was there some big surprise or some difference that really shocked you?
I did not think that the hunger would be that bad, but it really clouds your ability to think. You know, in the first bit of the game, I was so good at coming up with crazy strategies and stuff. And towards the end, my brain just cannot operate. I
Mhm.
think that you see it with people like not being able to figure out the word unforgettable. You see it in the puzzles, like how difficult it is for people. I just didn't realize how much of an effect the hunger would have on our brains.
And in that final tribal, when you are going to do the votes, do you feel, is it like the energy in the room that it is split, or are you feeling it going a one way? Could you tell?
Yeah, I thought all the votes were going to Kyle. So as they
Mm.
start reading them out, you see me and Shaheen look at each other. We're just like, "What's happening? What's happening?" Like we both thought that this was going to be unanimous for Kyle, but it wasn't. Like I was shocked. I was like, "Did he lose? Like what? Am I wrong? Did I vote for the wrong person? Am I stupid?" But yeah,
Well, congratulations, Camilla. It was so fun to watch you. It was so fun to watch your little secret duo. And I really appreciate talking with you today.
thank you so much, Sarah. It's been a blast talking to you too.